everybody. Hi, everybody.
Wendy, let's get right to it. I'm going to tell everybody what's going on. Wendy Williams is currently trapped in a conservatorship. If you don't know what a conservatorship is, it's when someone is in charge of making decisions on your behalf, but usually because the conservatee is not able to make decisions for themselves. Wendy can make her own decisions. She is not cognitively impaired. She is not incapacitated. She is being taken advantage of.
Right.
Wendy, tell us what's going on.
How you doing? I used to watch Wendy Williams with my mother, and I think Wendy Williams is so entertaining. She's one of the people that made me want to be a broadcaster and do this. And to see Wendy Williams in this situation, I'm like, how in the hell did they get Wendy Williams?
No, but I am not cognitively impaired. You know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in New York City, right? And by the way, my apartment has been sold, thank God, a while ago. But I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s, and even when people are 60 like me, hey, I'm sexy and gorgeous. I am sexy.
She's a truth teller, and she said a whole lot of things about a whole lot of powerful people. Diddy. Oh, yeah. She's been talking about the gay rapper since the 90s, and so I know that she ruffled a lot of feathers.
I must say it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I want to just tell you how proud I am of you. Because I don't think you get enough credit for being the first one to really cover our culture and just understanding that it's new. Not just saying that's all that you cover, but you started shedding light on our culture and our people, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
So when you have power, she had companies and businesses and assets, and they deemed her unfit and they took her life away from her. She just did the interview on The Breakfast Club. I'm watching it right now. I just finished it. And I was like, hey, I was wondering what happened to Wendy. She said for the last 3 years, she's been living in a luxury prison and has no access to the outside world. She can't talk to her family. She doesn't have a phone or any digital media. All she has is a television, and she's being under heavy security.
Clearly not. Look, I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here on the bed. All right. I watch TV. I listen to radio. I look at the window. I talk on the phone. And by the way,
I wanted to know what was going on, so I looked it up. In Wells Fargo, they put a conservator over her, and this person has no relation, and she can tell her what she can do, when she can do it.
Saying is exactly what's happened. She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison.
And I'm like, wait, how do we get to this place? I want to talk about alcoholism because I know that affected Wendy in a great way. I want to talk about alcoholism because it affects me in a great way. But I also want to talk about my grandfather because when someone else outside of yourself deems you as unfit, they can take your life away from you. And they put my grandfather in a nursing home when he was still very young. And my grandfather, he's one of those people who's just a natural superhero. Walk into the room, larger than life, and when you engage with him, you feel like, Ollie, you're talking to a Superman.
The fact that they're playing games about my grandfather being able to see his daughter and my aunt being able to see her father, I'm sorry. That is just absolutely sickening.
I'm exhausted thinking about, what if I can't see my dad for his birthday? At 94, the day after that is not promised. It's not promised. I have things from my dad that's in storage. And there are little things that I say, I'm not going to give it to him, but I'm going to sew them and make them so that they look perfect on me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know how to sew. I've known how to sew for years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, I want to give my dad some sort of fragrance. I want to go to Sephora and pick and choose. What? I might not be.
Yeah.
My life is fucked up.
I mean, my grandfather was one of those amazing, god dang on, bravado, strong men in a world where if you were that type of man and you looked like me and had a complexion like mine, they would lynch you. And so when people outside of yourself have the ability to take your freedom away from you, I can feel and understand exactly what's happening to Wendy Williams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex, do you think that there'll be some type of retaliation from?
And I just want to know, we're living in America, what does freedom mean? Like, what does that mean? Wendy Williams can pay her bills. My grandfather, he was a veteran of the United States military. Like, he got a pension. And so when someone else can take control over your money and essentially take control of your life, what are you supposed to do? Right now, I'm estranged from my children. And I know some of my baby mamas, they feel as if my addiction hinders me from being a parent. And man, we could talk about addiction. Hell yeah, we can. Like, how hard is it to miss your children? How hard is it to deal with the aches and pains of life and still remain sane? I'm a veteran of the United States military. I can go to the VA and get all type of brain drugs, right? They wanted to give me lithium. I'm like, why the hell do you want to give me the most powerful drug in the whole entire world that's going to fry my brain because I'm depressed, because I'm separate from my children? It's a cyclical action, right? I'm divorced, I'm separated from my children, which drags me into depression. The depression brings me to alcoholism. The alcoholism gets me to tomorrow because, goddamn, today is kicking my ass. And I couldn't even, when Wendy Williams was going through her divorce from her husband, I know that's taking a toll on her. When she's doing a custody battle with her son, that takes a toll on you. Being a human person, having relationships, goddamn, it's hard. It's hard to be able to show up. And we show up to the best way that we possibly can. I know, like, damn, when you have confessions of addiction, it sounds so horrible. And my dad said that alcohol is a hell of a drug. And honestly, I said, man, or it could be medicine, right? And depending on how I feel, sometimes I need more medicine. Imagine the deepness and the darkness of my depression to perceive alcohol as medicine. But if you don't have no comparison to medicine, like, man, I've done all the goddamn SSRIs and, the Zolofts and all this stuff, the Prozacs. I've taken all this junk and it didn't make me feel better. And it has similar or harsher effects on your liver. These drugs are drugs. And so, like, I want to explore, because there's only like two real professions in the world where you can't tell the professional what you want. For example, I can tell my lawyer the route I want to go, but the lawyer is going to use his discretion on the legal avenue that we're going to take. And I can tell my doctor the drugs that I want to take, but my doctor is going to navigate. My doctor's going to tell me what I can and cannot take. And so, can I take my drug of choice? And if my drug of choice is THC, if my drug of choice is alcohol, then allow me to have my drug of choice without you taking over my life. Like, what autonomy do I have? What does it mean to be a free person? And what does it mean when family or a bank or any institution can make a determination for me and say that they know what's best for me? Do I have the right, man, this is going to be very, very dark. In Canada right now, assisted termination, self-termination is a big thing. It's a program called MAID, MAID, where you can petition the state, and if you have some type of disability, they will execute your life. I have tea getting ready because I like to drink tea when I cannot when I can't partake in stiff drink like alcohol. I love to participate in some tea drinking. I got a whole cabinet full of tea. Most of it is non-caffeinated, and so I can't stop that water from going right now. It's boiling, and my temperature is also boiling because I'm hot at the fact that they took Wendy Williams' freedom away from her. I'm hot because they took my grandfather's freedom away from me. I'm hot because outside forces can make determinations about who I am and control my life. Golly, right now the child support system is controlling my life. It's not a conservatorship. I think it's worse than a conservatorship. They have her money, but goddamn, the child support system takes all my money and everybody has an idea. Man, you should do this. Man, you should do that. Man, you should do this. Man, these god doggone programs that take a person's freedom away from them, they shouldn't exist. This is America. Wendy's an American. My grandfather died. My grandfather fought for America. I fought for America. Goddamn, what is freedom if I can't participate in this stiff drink and attend to my self-care however I see fit, even if it is self-destructive?
But you know what? You and Charlemagne, good things that you people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Good for you, thanks to people like me.
The Greatest American Alive.